up, guys? It's Vic. Sorry to leave you hanging for so long. This week is the 1-year anniversary to my second hair transplant, FUE, in Istanbul at Cinik Clinic. So this time I had 3,000 grafts for the crown area back here. I left off at the 7th month mark, and I didn't update since because the progress was kind of slow. And as I said in that video, my plan was to grow everything long, which I'm still in the process of doing. So yeah, the plan is just to grow long and increase coverage that way and see how it goes for the time being. You can take a look at these pictures here and kind of see how the progress is going. It's not perfect. The crown isn't 100% covered. You know, certain lighting you can see through it. You know, certain angles you can kind of, you know, see through it if you have the eye, if you're looking for it. But generally it leaves me with a lot of options. You know, it's pretty low maintenance too. I haven't cut my hair in how many months now, you know? Like since the 5th month mark. Just a couple things to note. I heard it takes longer for the crown to respond, so looking at 18 months or more because of circulation or whatever the response time is for those transplanted grafts. So I anticipated to even thicken up a bit in the next following months. Some other online comments suggested drugs like finasteride and minoxidil, saw palmetto even. But I'm experimenting by doing none of that, and I've taken 0 supplements. I've taken nothing. I've just gotten the 2 FUE hair transplants. I never intend to ever take any of those DHT blockers or any of those, you know, medicines. Just a quick note about finasteride, minoxidil, derma rolling, and all these other remedies, chemical or non-chemical. I decided to not do any of those, and I don't believe that will work for everybody, but for myself, I decided I'm just gonna do the FUE hair transplants and see how those pan out over the years. And that's actually one of the purposes of the channel too, is to document what a hair transplant would look like without any of those, you know, medicines, hair medicines or supplements. My advice to everybody else is just do your research and listen to real people that aren't trying to sell you anything. You know, that's what I would say. But just do a lot of reading and gather the information, you know. Don't just jump into it, or don't just do it because a doctor told you to. Because I had a few doctors throw some shit at me and they were like pissed when I wasn't agreeing with it. This is early on before I went to Turkey. So, you know, I'm glad I said no at the time because, you know, being young at the time, a lot of people were naive and they just kind of, they say yes to everything. So just think about it and look into it, that's all. So there's some questions about feedback, and I'd say the feedback's pretty positive. In my personal life, only a few people know that I had 2 procedures, let alone even 1. My wife, my brother, sister, a couple friends. And I wanted to keep it private because I didn't want to be known as, oh, that's the guy who got the hair transplant every time they see me, you know? So kept it private, and the response has been very positive. Online, you know, I get some comments like, forehead's too high, or, you know, just shave the whole thing off. But, you know, I executed this plan 2 years ago, and it left me with a lot of options now. I'm happy with my decision and happy with the results. You know, it's never going to be as perfect as my hair when I was 18 or those who don't suffer from the curse of male pattern baldness. But no, it's worked out. And like I said early on, before I even got it, you know, it's the futures now. Like, it's 2023.
So it's 2020. I mean, people were on the moon in the 60s, and they still can't fix male pattern baldness. I think the fix is the hair transplant. They just need to refine it. I don't know. But Turkey seems to have some of the answers, so that's where I'm going to be headed.
But yeah, the technology exists, and why not? You know, what's the difference between braces and so on, you know? Now, this may or may not work for some people, depending on your hair health and texture and type. My hair is a very kind of, it's like middle course and wavy and curly at some points. So it provides kind of this matte coverage. So given enough length, gives a very good illusion of density. And in time, you know, I might be able to tie it up in the back or whatever. And that's what I'm looking for. A low maintenance, you know, everyday kind of wear. Everyday wear. That's one way to put it. I intend to post again in the future, maybe the 18th month mark, as things develop. This channel will probably evolve more into a long hair growth progress channel, you know, and keeping track long term of what a FUE HT will look like 5 years down the line. Who knows? So I'm going to document it, and you guys stay tuned. And I appreciate everybody who's followed since the beginning and everybody who's jumped on as well. I did this initially to share my results, and actually as a protection, I was filming these videos so that when I go to Istanbul, it would hold everybody accountable, so they know I have a channel and they know that I have a following of people watching. So if you decide to do the same, I'd recommend that strategy as well. All right, guys, well, that's it for the 1 year anniversary for my second FUE HT in Istanbul, Turkey at Cinik Clinic. Yeah, to anybody who's about to embark on the journey, or in the middle of it, or at the end of it, I salute you, and, you know, good luck. And yeah, it's a gift to ourselves, essentially. And I told my wife, I was like, this is not a nose job. We're just putting back what the demon of male pattern baldness robbed from us, you know. We were just like dudes with full heads of hair, and then out of nowhere that shit started to fall off, and, you know, we just decided, hey, you know, technology exists, let's put it back, or put some of it back. But yeah, again, I appreciate everybody who's followed along and supported. And yeah, any questions or anything, put them in the chat. I will post some updates periodically here and there. Like I said, this might evolve into a long hair progress type channel. Who knows? But for now, I think the FUE HT chapter has come to a close. I don't intend to get anything else. So we'll see. I'm 32 this year, and I made this decision initially when I was turning 30. So I decided, hey, I'm turning 30, I'm gonna turn things around. And it did. It brought me to a lot of places I never thought I would see, and brought all kinds of spirits of confidence. You know, you guys know it. It's hard to articulate, but those of you who went through it know what I'm talking about. So again, thanks again for following, guys. Appreciate all you, and good luck, and have a good summer and a good start of the fall season. Thank you.
If male pattern baldness was a person, this is how I confront him.